Hello and welcome to Open Palms. This is game 2 of the Grudge match between Andryroo and Disturbed. They're once again going with Cyber and Andryroo going first. Air coming here from the bottom. He is blue. 3 P-Gens, 1 Mask Extractor, and we'll see what comes out of that air factory. Disturbed going first. Land. This is Disturbed choice of map. Yes, last map was Andryroo's, and the third map is going to be Syrtis. Seems to be a very good map for that. I see first Andrew coming out for Disturbed. 3 P-Gens, 2 Mask Extractors. We'll see what happens there. And we do see a first bomber coming out here. Done. Just past 1 minute. On its way to Disturbed base. And now Angie's coming out for Andrew. He's got a factory attack move here. Looks like he will pick up a couple more power generators and all the Mask Extractors with the ACU. Now here comes the bomber. Some good targets here. He's got an NG expanding, another NG here. Big plan for Disturbed. Disturbed ACU coming out very quickly to this expansion. Looks like he's going to go all the way into Andryroo's territory. Andryroo scouts. He did not get nothing with that first pass. He's going to get this NG and attempt to dodge from Disturbed. It does not work. 2 flak now come out for Disturbed. It looks like a third coming out, so this will be the last pass for Andryroo's bomber. He does get another kill, so very good bombing there from Andryroo. He knows exactly what's happening. One thing to note, a couple of hunters coming out from Disturbed's base. Andryroo now coming out is going to get the Hydro, big Tech 1 land spam. Still 1 NG here on an attack move. Andryroo could have picked up a lot more of these rocks. And 1 NG here. Looks like he's going to go to the back. And this could be a problem for Andryroo with a couple of these hunters. Looking for expanding NGs. No radar with that, however. Perhaps this radar here can catch up. But now, not clear what it's doing. The Disturbed not trying to recover from the loss of 2 early NGs. Actually a very big loss. If you have nothing else to counter that with. And Andryroo really lost no units. You can see here he's getting this second land. We see only 2 land factories. Still not working on his third. However, actually no. Disturbed already has his third and working on the fourth hill. Really not too much trouble, and there we saw Andryroo pick up those 2 hunters. So a little unlucky there for Disturbed. If you would have taken those hunters all the way to the back, you would have got this very important NG from Andryroo. A whole bunch of Manti, 5 Manti coming in. Try to prevent any expansion here from Andryroo. However, no expansion whatsoever. Perhaps this NG, yes, there is 1 NG, and a 1v1 fight between 2 Manti. Without a clear winner, it looks like Andryroo is going to try to get around the side. No radar with these units. Andryroo now leading with the radar. Most likely that Manti is going to die. An expanding NG here from Disturbed. Absolutely no pressure from Andryroo through the top. No pressure whatsoever from Andryroo this entire game except for that first bomber. We did see a little bit of pressure from Disturbed. However, it ran straight into Andryroo's commander. And now we are seeing this expanding NG protected by a pretty large force. We will still see a confrontation here. Got 9, 10, 11 units. And Andryroo kind of out of position. He's going to lose this NG. And on top of sneaky Mantis gets by Disturbed defense. This NG is still protected. And these 2 NGs, very important NGs for Disturbed, are going to get a lot of Mask Extractors. And the big loss for Andryroo. It looks like he's going to avoid the ACU from Disturbed. Disturbed much further into Andryroo's territory than Andryroo is. He did get a factory here, not getting a Hydro. One thing to note, Andryroo has these 3 Mask Extractors. And Disturbed still on his way with that NG. He's going to get 4 Mask Extractors eventually. Now Disturbed getting shot by some Manti and not shooting back, building another factory. And we got a pretty big battle. Andryroo should be able to take this one. It definitely has the numbers, but Disturbed retreats back to the ACU. It's a good work, but one thing to note, there's 6 Mask Extractors here that Andryroo is not getting that Disturbed has on both sides, and here an NG gets cut out. A good team here, a flag, 2 Manti, and already one thing to note. I'll slow this down. Still haven't seen too much air. Still a couple interceptors from Andryroo. A couple interceptors from Disturb, but not much more. And Disturb did finally get the air factory. He is working on his 4th land at the base. Got 5, 6, 7 land. Looks like he is building up pretty nice force here across from Andryroo. Andryroo not being very aggressive with AC at all. Probably push a little bit, but not doing that. And Andryroo here preventing. Actually, a sneaky Angie here is going to try to get these mass extractors, but preventing the free movement of Engies between this expansion base and the main base in Andryroo here at minute 8. And definitely numbers here for Disturbed on top. Andryroo going T2 land here at one of his expansions, and the ACU is walking. No, now he's walking back. He's gonna definitely want to protect that Tech 2 land. Doesn't want to lose it. Some interceptors coming out for Disturbed. Scouting and unprotected Engie here. Finished 3 mass extractors, which are going to be lost. Actually, a lot more here on the way. Andryroo moving down. Map control definitely disturbed away now. Nobody's trying to get these upper ledges. Still just interceptors from Andryroo. And we do see a Tech 1 PD here from Disturbed. So this is going to be a very hard thing to break for Andryroo. Disturbed can do a lot of things from this position, and now Disturbed has units going up the middle. Another Tech 2 land factor, some hoplites, some stealth. It'll be interesting how that turns out. And this factory is already producing some rhinos. These rhinos can cause a lot of trouble against the Tech 1 force. If Andryroo can successfully push, it can really even out this map control. I know this group of units from Disturbed is going to walk into its death. This hoplite's going to get a lot of kills. But a couple of these Manta might actually sneak in. And we can see elsewhere Disturbed is going to try to cut off the pass to his unprotected base. This is a pretty massive battle. Looks like Andryroo might have numbers. And if he does, depending on how many units he has left, it could be pretty bad news for Disturbed. And it looks like it will be. Disturbed is moving more units in the path of this army, but a good move there from Andryroo. Still haven't seen much Tech 2. Actually, Tech 2 now from Disturbed as well. And Disturbed looks like he will get enough units here in Andryroo's way. And actually, even though he got that early victory, these are 2 great Mantis from Andryroo. Take out 4 mass extractors. But still a lot of dead units here on the ground. Now we see the Tech 2 push from Andryroo up on top. Disturbed retreating, and we're going to see this fight. And you can see these laser tanks are just going to demolish this. Pretty large force coming through the middle from Disturbed. The hoplites moving up against, and they are targeting the Tech 1 PD. Disturbed might be in a little bit of trouble here if he loses that PD. He does have reinforcements coming in now. He should be able to win that fight. Actually, now Andryroo forced to pull some of his units back to protect his main base, and that is gonna be trouble. He's trying to keep the pressure on here. And the hoplites, actually they got 2 stealth fields, so Disturbed can't see these units. The good work here from Andryroo, but trouble at his base. He does have a hoplite here trying to protect. And up on top successfully, you can see these laser tanks just roll through, but a Tech 2 response from Disturbed here, minute 12. And this Mantis here has killed off 2 more mass extractors. That push from Andryroo, 6 mass extractors dead, and this Mantis should keep on going. It can kill a lot more. It looks like a successful attack here from Andryroo, and a lot of mass. And Andryroo here, good work with these Engies, taking those 3 mass extractors. And if this is hoplites versus laser tanks, hoplites are going to win with their range. Andryroo now pushing up, getting some Tech 1 PDs. Air has been very quiet this entire game. I see some interceptors from Andryroo still making interceptors. And you can see this factory is just on pause, so perhaps Andryroo can switch to Jesters. Do a lot of raiding with air, that would be a good option. Disturbed now just throwing Tech 1 units at Tech 2 of Andryroo, and that's just feeding Andryroo there. And we are seeing now laser tanks versus hoplites, and if hoplites can keep their distance, they will absolutely demolish this force, but that is not at all what's happening. And in close range, these laser tanks are extremely powerful. Although it looks like it might be numbers here for Disturbed, and he just runs those over. Now Andryroo's got to retreat. Does have a couple Tech 1 PDs. Actually a Tech 2 ACU here and Tech 2 PDs now. This is a good placement for Andryroo, and the middle does belong to Disturbed. And Andryroo is really crawling back into this game. This Mant is totally wasted. Sitting here by these mass extractors could have kept on pushing. This will be an interesting Tech 2 base here from Andryroo. Killing off the Tech 1 land factors and so much mass to reclaim, you can see, for Andryroo. I'm going to slow this down a little more just so we don't catch up. We are seeing just a Tech 2 land spam with Tech 2 engineers from Disturbed. This factory is now producing air. See a couple Tech 2 mass extractors from Disturbed. No Tech 2 mass extractors whatsoever from Andryroo. And that is a lot of mass invested in those, about 1,000 each. You can see a Tech 2 unit's about 200 each. It's a lot of Tech 2 units that Andryroo has that Disturbed doesn't. Some T2 flag here. This should be an easy victory from Andryroo on this side. He already won the top. He's now going to win the bottom. And a missile launcher from Andryroo. If he can snipe those T2 mass extractors, big trouble for Disturbed. Disturbed also making a missile launchers. Looks like 3. He's going to try to snipe Andryroo. That will be a bad idea given that Andryroo does have tactical missile defense. And now the Angies for Andryroo are going to try to get the spoils of that recent victory. Might see another laser tank versus hoplite battle. And a nice counter from Disturbed. These hoplites might be in trouble. It looks like it's just a stream of units running into their death. It's a great team of hoplites here from Andryroo. We see a lot of kills for these. They do have those 2 stealth, and they should be microed much better than that. These are elite warriors from Andryroo. You got to keep on retreating. Andryroo harassing on the other side. And it does seem like the hoplites are winning this battle of the better Tech 2 unit for Cybern. It's great to see Cybern and Cybern. Yeah, and finally these hoplites are now being microed properly. This Angie is going to die. And there should be Angies here reclaiming all that for Andryroo. Map control definitely Andryroo's favor. And here come 3 missiles from Disturbed. We'll see if they can do any damage here. This tactical missile defense should save Andryroo's life. Oh, it didn't. It only shot the missile once. And what a comeback from Disturbed. That's gotta suck. That was great. And there goes a win for Disturbed. We're gonna see a great Syrtis match hopefully in round 3. See if Andryroo can tie it up.